some of you have been following us for a couple of years. So I've been talking to parents over the phone, and it's very heartwarming to know that they do remember that Teacher Joe and myself have a dragon baby as well. So yes, my youngest is 12 this year. And if you do not know, fun fact, we share the same birthday. And Teacher Joe's second kid is a dragon baby as well. Okay, so these are all our happy kids with the teachers in the classrooms. We do a lot of like science and math hands-on activities. So well, the children are always with smiles in the class and after class and before class as well. So just a quick announcement that we are having a BlueTree open house on the 20th of January at the respective four location, Orchard, Seletar Mall, Tampines, and Choa Chu Kang. So drop by, bring a friend, and then there'll be some freebies and a lot of things happening, okay? And yeah, just scan this QR code. You can take a picture of this QR code and share it with your friends, your sisters, your brothers, and I'm very sure that you know, you probably have some of your friends who are all going to primary school and all. Just drop by, speak to our center manager, speak to our teachers to have a deeper idea of like how we conduct lessons and what's going on and what to expect for the coming year. Okay, a little bit of introduction about ourselves. If you are new to BlueTree, haven't heard a lot about us. So I'm one of the founders, and so Teacher Joe is my other co-founder. I specialize in mathematics, and I spent 15 years in MOE, and so did Teacher Joe, spent 11 years teaching in Rosyth. So both of us met at Rosyth. That's another fun fact about us. We were both teaching the same class, and I was a math teacher, and she was a form teacher then. It was great working with her because we have the same synergy level, we have the same value system, and we are both strict yet fun. You know, we're very strict with our kids in the classrooms. So we ensure certain kind of standards and work and things for the kids. And at the same time, we are fun and crazy. And that's how we came together to set up BlueTree. I was quite privileged. I taught in the gifted program in my 4th year. So the first 3 years I was in a Kuo Chuan Presbyterian teaching the mainstream school. And then I went on to teach in the gifted program in Raffles Girls Primary, and then later got transferred to Rosyth after 6 years. It was really a fantastic journey because I get to specialize what I love to do, math, and more math, right? Yeah, so I was really thrilled when they gave me this opportunity to just do math because before that, when we teach in the mainstream, we are actually we actually do quite a full plate of curriculum. So I teach English, I teach science, PE, not music, but art and craft, social studies, health education. Like we do a lot of that. So, but when I went into the GP program, I only do math, every day just math. Okay, so you know I'm quite crazy, like math. Then after which, I got the opportunity to set PSLE questions with SEAB as well. So having the experience of being a math marker for over a long time, 11 years, because the first 3 years I was marking science. That's why it didn't quite match, right? I taught for 15 years, but 11 years marking math. So I actually marked science for the first few years. Then the later part of my career, I was teaching just marking math alone. So that helps me to hone my skills and to teach better and to find the ways to help the children to answer in the most efficient way to score better, so that you will not go around the merry bush to answer in such a long manner and not being rewarded, you know, awarded a mark accordingly. You know, very much like science, the OEQ segment, you write in a whole chunk of big paragraph, but you're only given half a mark or 1 mark. Sometimes sadly 0, right? Okay, I can understand how it feels. So a little bit more about Teacher Joe. Teacher Joe was teaching science, and that's how we got together. I specialize in math. she specialized in science. Okay. So a little bit more about ourselves. If you do not know us, okay, we are mothers of 3 each. So when the kids come together, it's quite a handful. Yeah, they actually play along very well together. In fact, they grew up together. BlueTree has been around for 8 years. And so these kids have actually watched each other grow, through this past 8 years. Yeah, this is one of our recent trip to Perth last June. Yep, look at them. It didn't look like winter, right? Okay, I have 5 steps for you to do well for PSLE. Are you ready to take the notes? Of course, there are a lot more tips. There's definitely more than 5. And I know that, I the list can just go on and on and on and on, isn't it? So I just narrow down to maybe the top 5 that you can probably start to work on. And then along the way, you fine tune it to match your child's needs. Okay. Every child is different. We know that my 3 kids, they are also different. So some of them need to work on certain area more than the other. One, I'll say in general, English, math, science, or Chinese. Number 1 is know your fundamentals. Okay, I'll go in depth later. 2, start to plan. Okay, we should start planning already last year. But if you have not, it's okay. We're just at the beginning of January, right? So start planning now. You'll be in time, okay? In time, never too late. I always believe in practice make perfect. So you will see PMP in a lot of like our BlueTree worksheets if you are with us for regular lessons. PMP, practice makes perfect. Time management, what kind of time management are we talking about? And 5, review and learn from mistakes. I'll say in general, whatever that we learned, be it cooking, culinary skills, all right, or a little new handicraft, or any form of things that we do, it's important that we always review, learn from our mistakes, and do better the next round, isn't it? Okay, are you ready? Do you want to like take a screenshot of this? Yeah. Do you have any other tips you want to share, or you think that I have missed out? Do you want to just input into the chat? Just welcome to do so. All right. Yeah, just let me know. You can just engage in conversation with me throughout the session. You can type in the chat whether you agree, disagree, and what are the things that you do with your child, like, to prepare your child for the PSLE. So if your child is not in P6 now, then just take it as 5 steps to do well for exams, okay? Know your fundamentals. Yeah, so it is important that we know our basic very, very much. So in terms of math, other than knowing the formulas, knowing the very basic things like how to change a fraction to decimal, convert them into percentage, vice versa. Do you know how to convert from ml to liters? All these type of like so-called basic questions. They are so important because it affects how you solve for paper 1, and eventually it will also somehow affect paper 2. A lot of parents place so much emphasis on trying to hone the skills for solving problem sums that they forget that these fundamentals are important as well. You could probably solve the entire problem sums confidently. And then the last statement says convert into liters. And the child forgets that he needs to divide by 1,000. And that's it. Your child would have lost an A1, like answer mark. You understand? So the fundamental is still very important for both paper 1 and some parts of paper 2. And some questions like convert, express this in percentage, or find the percentage increase in blah, blah, blah. Okay. To find the percentage increase, they need to know what are the numbers that goes to the numerator, denominator, and then times 100%. These questions are found in both paper 1 and paper 2. You can hear me slowing down because these are really very basic things that we tend to forget and neglect. But they do matter because you are picking up a lot of 1 mark and 2 mark. And all these little marks put together could be a good score of 10 or 15, and we should not lose these marks at all. You lose 10 marks, all right, with a bit of carelessness and all, AL1 will drop to AL2 for sure, okay? Can I solve these basic questions without a calculator? Are some questions you ask yourself. Parents who are not very familiar, for primary 5 and primary 6, paper 1, no calculator at all. And our paper, home practice, 45 minutes. You hear me? The paper 1 is 1 hour, home practice, 45 minutes. You will just assume that the child is not going to check so much of that work. So we should actually push and crunch them to finish up in 45 minutes and leave the other 15 minutes for a very detailed check in a real exam situation. Okay? If your child at this moment, the daily practice or the weekly practice not able to attain that speed yet, it's okay. You have now to, hone that skills until August. Okay? June or August will be good. How am I scoring for paper 2? So take a look at the paper 2 marks and compare with the paper 1 marks, put together. Okay, how did these 2 marks help your child achieve an 85 or 75? Is it higher on the paper 1 side or higher on the paper 2 side? Or they're on par, like half-half. Okay, what is a good score for paper 1? Are you taking down notes? What's a good score for math paper 1, right? It's upon 45. I'm looking at 40 and above. Okay, 40 marks and above. So if you want to score AL1, AL2, it has to be 40 marks and above. 38 is not that safe, but okay, not too bad. That means your paper 2 needs to be a little bit more like sharper and more accurate. Can you help me adjust this higher? Thank you. So I'm getting my daughter to help me. Oh, okay, then doesn't matter. So it's good that we analyze like which is stronger and which is weaker and work on it. So a lot of parents just tell me, oh, I just want my child to come for paper 2 practice and do a lot of problem sums, right? But you kind of neglected what has happened to the paper 1 score. So if the paper 1 score is 35 and below, I would say you need to hone the skills for both. You need to practice your paper 1. Take note of that, okay, parents? How can we do that? You can purchase those school exam papers, or you can just print it. You can use last year's P5 paper as well, SA2 papers, because your child may not be ready for the P6 paper yet. There are a lot of topics in there that your child is not ready. So you just do the P5 SA2 papers. You have some at home, not completed. Just bring it out and do them, okay? Then for science, it's very similar. So you need to hone the skills for booklet A, because math and science are a little bit different. Math, you get 1 hour, okay, go for a recess break, and then you return to do the next paper. So you get a mental break, and then you work on paper 2. Now, for science, it's just a 2-hour sitting with booklet A and B given to the child. So the child will need to manage his time properly, not too slow in the first segment and left too little time at the back. So the first segment needs to be a lot faster. There are 28 questions. That's 2 marks each. So that's 56 marks. So we're looking at 50 marks and above to be really, really safe and to secure a good score, right? So if anything lower, that means you can only make 3 mistakes, So if anything lower than 50 marks, like we are looking at 48, 46, and anything below, then you know that booklet B, it's harder to get answer mark from booklet B, right? It's easier to get answers from MCQ, correct? Okay. I would say that even fundamental questions in the recent years, they have also been asking basic definition questions. I think this is something that shocked a lot of us since a couple of years ago. So they will ask questions like, what is temperature? What is this? And you have to define. The children need to learn the definition and regurgitate the definition. Okay, so this is something new, but yet not so new. Okay, so something to focus on as well. So how am I scoring for science booklet B? I know this is a downfall of many kids, my own children too. So we do spend time working on MCQ portion, booklet A, to take as many scores as we can. And then we also do the same thing by working on the open-ended questions. So for the open-ended questions, my children attend both classes, like the regular lessons, and as well as the PPC class, which will focus a lot on the open-ended as well as how to analyze the MCQ questions. Then for the math paper 2, similarly, they attend the PPC lesson just to hone the skills for problem sums. So different programs to cater to different needs. Okay, so plan your child's journey, what to do, what's the focus, should start now already. You know your kid's going to be involved in a couple of events, daily, weekly, monthly, and termly. Once you start writing them down, and then put down the hours that they spend per day, per week, then you will have to slot in the tuition and the extra enrichment with many S that I've placed at the back. I really do not know how many enrichment classes your kids have. A swimming class, a piano class, a tennis class, and additional robotics and coding. You know, you do put a lot of things in place, right? And then later you have Chinese class that's like twice a week, and one Chinese class typically could be like a 3 hour. And then you have like English, then you have Chinese, you have math and science and so on. And then the kids, you see, I put their me time. The children need their me time as well. So are you able to allocate a time for the family and a time for the child to just chill and allow him or her to do what he likes to do to kind of like relax in the midst of the busy week? It is very, very much needed. It could be like a Friday movie night. So like Friday evening after dinner, 7 o'clock onwards or 8 o'clock onwards, just allow your child to just rest, like do nothing, just rest. And then if there are classes on Saturday with us, sleep early. So sleep by 10:30, and then Saturday morning, just go for the classes and be recharged. Okay, they need to sleep early so that they can focus better in class. So, okay, children, if you're sitting with your mommy, daddy, this is my advice, okay? Friday, must sleep early if you have classes on Saturday. And you have classes on Sunday. Saturday also must sleep early. The moment you sleep late, right, it affects your whole body clock, your body cycle. Once you have a tired mind, you're not able to focus and give your best in class. So healthy mind is very important. My children do sleep pretty early. 8:30, we bring them to the room, like shoo them into the room. About 9-ish, they should be asleep already on a typical school day. Okay? So there are a lot of things that they need to put together to think through how they can get a bit more organized. Some children are very independent. I taught in the gifted program, so we do have a majority of kids who are so independent. They plan their lives on their own. They plan their daily schedule on their own. Yeah, so privileged, right? Okay lah, but my kids not like that. Okay, so high five to you if your kids are like my kids. But very good for you if your kids are like some of my gifted students. So organized, they do everything themselves, and their parents are busy working and traveling, and yeah, they don't have to man the child. The kids will just do it on their own. So I have little tips here. It says like set time limits for tasks. That's important. Like you tell yourself, okay, I'm going to spend 1 hour learning things here. Okay, after 1 hour is done. It's done. It should not be like I take 5 hours to learn things here, right? Okay, keep everything organized from your desk to the file to things that you need to do, bring to tuition and all. It should be very, very organized. Create time to time management goals. So you need time to actually sit there to do the planning. So work with your child if needed. It's okay. All right. Nothing wrong with that. Please don't scold them. The third point here is practice makes perfect. What is practice make perfect, right? There is definitely a great need to keep practicing the same thing. You hear me again? Practice the same thing. So it does not mean that you have to keep buying new books. You have to keep printing new school papers. Today, do school A, tomorrow school B, next week school C, and school D, and then the list goes on. So I had a conversation with a parent yesterday, and it went like this. You should just print school ABC. And after you finish A today, tomorrow is marking, consolidating, go through corrections, and learn from it. Okay? And then you can go on to repeat to do for booklet B, school B. And 2 weeks later, a month later, you print school A again. You repeat school A again, and redo it one more time. The score should be better. If the score is on par, then have to analyze the mistakes. The first time mistake made and the second time mistake made, were they the same? That means learning didn't take place, right? If the mistakes were different, then why did it happen? Is it a misconception, reading, skip reading, what happened, or careless mistake? Okay, so I did that with my kids, the first two, when they were sitting for PSLE. So I repeated the 3 school papers that I focused on, and open-ended. When I let them redo it, so into the first 2 questions, they go like, this paper looks very familiar. I said, yes, it is the exact same paper. All right, let's say example from Cat High. I said, it's the same Cat High paper. Just do it. So they did it. And then when I compared their answering technique, it improved. But you have to bear in mind that most importantly is time taken to go through the mistakes. Go through the mistakes, know the answers, and make the child understand and internalize why it's phrased this way and answered this way. Same for math solution as well. Okay? So I hope you do hear me repeat doing the same old stuff, including schoolwork. If you are with BlueTree, repeat the BlueTree work, redo them again. So for science, we do produce some of our own books. So this is a new launch of the Unit of Cell book. You can purchase it on our website. And for math, we have the recent book, which is the Ultimate PSLE Workbook. In there is the most important 65% fraction ratio percentage problem sums. Okay, and then of course there are some flashcards here, which I will show you in the next slide. So this example, like this flashcards, right? It's meant for P5 and P6. So topics focus on visual questions, geometry, volume, area perimeter. There are 100 cards in there. The front of the card shows a question, which allows the child to actually work on a piece of paper, or you can devote an exercise book for that, and then the child can think about the questions and try to work on it. Flip the card around, the answers are found at the back with the detailed solutions explaining why, and then the concept over there. So you can use that as well, okay? All right, so same thing, not just questions, there are also some teaching notes. So over here on the left-hand side, you could see the rectangle overlap, circle overlap, triangle overlap. Later on, I'm going to show you a question similar to that, okay? Why this concept is so hard for the kids to understand. Yeah, really. I've taught for so many years. Every year, I told the kids, this is the most popular question on my math Facebook discussion group. Every year, they will ask for the last 4 years, last 3 to 4 years. Okay, so consistency is key. It's very important that we keep the routine, the practice consistent. Every Friday, so-called, is a movie night, example. Then every Saturday is a tuition day. Then every Saturday evening, I do not know, is it like grandma house time, or is it like coming back and start to do some catch-up homework time? Or Sunday, you must devote like 2 hours, because it could be like for some family time or some other events, right? Must devote 1 to 2 hours to consolidate the learning for the week, and as well as to prepare for the coming week. So yeah, this is very important. Set a routine. I think parents, you probably didn't realize that when we had these children when they were so young and they were babies and then became toddlers and all, we gave them routine. And the routine, what time to drink milk, what time to read a book, what time to sleep, that routine helps them regulate. And so if this routine is set in place for our children and even ourselves, then we will not go into a panicky anxiety state. You get it? because you have set a routine. Your child understands the routine, and so you are also mentally ready for such a routine. You will not go home and fret or worried like, oh no, I've not done this. Oh no, you already know what's going to happen, and you already know your child is going to be like autopilot on certain days. Okay. What does time management means? You'll probably be thinking about um the planning. Yes, the daily time management. Your child after school, have lunch, reach home, what time would it be? How much time is available for the next event, like the tuition and whatever, okay? And then how much time is left for revision, consolidation of work, or maybe even try to do the homework. I don't know, like write a compo for the school teacher. Sometimes, I mean, I've been a school teacher for so long, right? The students will come to me and say, teacher, don't give any maths homework today. And I was like, why? Today, Chinese teacher gives to one. English teacher gives us a compre to do. Don't I cannot sleep already. And then later I still have tuition. I was like, okay. So if I don't give homework today, then when can I give? So the kids are very smart. They say, teacher, why don't you do this? You give the homework today, but you give us later deadline. So those who are free will do. Those who are not free, like, you don't give today and then deadline is tomorrow. So I'll give on Monday, then I tell them the deadline is Thursday. So they have their free time to work on it. Like those who are free do on Monday night, those who are free do on Tuesday night, whatever. So Thursday is the day where I collect everybody's work. But they are also free to submit any work earlier than that. So, well, that works out. Yeah, so there must be some communication between the teachers. If not, your kids will really go home with two compos to write in a night. So that's why they work up to 12 midnight at 1 a.m. Okay. Exam time management skills is extremely important. If the child actually gets like a little bit too slow in the front part, trying to do the MCQ or the paper one segment, right? And then you have to have too little time at the back, and then they will not handle it well due to exam anxiety, anxiousness, and time chasing, right? So end up they have no time to check the entire paper, or be blinded to the very obvious mistakes. So time management skills is very important. Where do we start this time management skills? In our daily practice. So weekly, you have to do time tests at home. That's why I said paper one, 45 minutes. Paper one, 45 minutes. After they practice the speed that they write, okay, then it will just get better. Children need a longer time, not like adults. Okay, adults very fast, we adapt very fast. Children need more time. So this is something I found on the internet. It's not hard to find. You can just Google like ways to quick tips to work on time management skills. You don't need all the 10 tips here. Maybe you can choose probably 5 or 3 to work with your children. So one is I actually teach my child to actually put in some of the deadlines and things to be due into the handphone calendar, set an alarm for daily tasks to be done so that they will know, like example, by 6 p.m. the alarm will go off to say, dinner time, and 7 p.m. it will go off to say that time to start work. Or at 6:45, my youngest alarm will go off and say, get ready for PPC. If lesson start at 7, 15 minutes before, you should be like getting ready your setup, and things like that in just in case there are technical glitch and then so on. Okay. And then some of the things that we should always rah for our kids. Okay. You can have little post-it notes around the house. You can message your child. You can say it to the face and give them a hug, and remember to remind them to give your best. Mommy still loves you. Try your best. Okay, I'm here to support you, and things like that. Okay. Yeah, avoid distraction. This one very important. Number 4, avoid distraction. Yeah, what are the distractions? Sometimes you'll say it's handphone. Sometimes say it's TV. I tell you, the craziest thing is the distraction, right, is themselves. If you agree with me, please type in the chat. Yes, 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 yes. When do we start doing a variety of questions for exposure? Well, it depends on the topic per se. So sorry, I missed that question earlier. So for exposure, I would say that depends on the topic. So if the topic is, let's say, on angles, they have already learned angles last year. Now you can already start to expose angles question. But your child hasn't learned area of circle. So you expose now is too scary. It's not the right time. Okay. You expose harder questions from the previous topics. Yeah. So we do that a lot in PPC. Like all those who are in my PPC class, you saw our exposed question, right? Like a bit scary, but not afraid, because we are able to know that these are just for exposure reasons, and then later on we learn how to get better at it by revising a couple of times. Let me see what you all put in the chat. Actually, the biggest distraction, right, is themselves. It's quite scary. They can just be sitting there doing nothing, right? And then suddenly they stare at a correction tape. And then they start fiddling with it, and they forgot what they were doing at task one. And then the next part would be like a friend next to them. They are not even talking to each other. But your friend, your child could be just like, oh, suddenly saw his things on the table and then went to reach out for it, and then something will happen. Yeah. So themselves, so they need to be like have this self-awareness. So that's why having some alarm clocks and timer around to, that's important. Yeah, to remind them. To topical practice or mixed practice now, both. A good mix of them works. Is there a suggestion or order of revision? I would say that maybe, okay, there are different train of thoughts. It's like something that I'm saying, always start revising the subject you hate. So for me as a student, I hated Chinese. So I revise Chinese first. Like I start with the hardest topic in the day. So I wake up on Sunday morning, I start with Chinese first because I don't like it. But by the end of the day, I'm so tired. I do math. I don't have a problem. I still enjoy it because math is my favorite. I never got tired of it. You get it? And what's a good mix? I would say that it's good to have a couple of practice of topical questions, and then later go to a big mix of topics, which is like a test paper. If you do a mix of test paper all the time, the child actually probably haven't honed certain skills for the topical topics, right? If your child is not good with angles, example, and then you throw a school paper, every school paper you only see like 5 angles question in the primary 5 booklet. You can't hone that skill. So like example, let's say you pick up this flashcards that I've written for the students, and you use the flashcards to just revise through all the properties and then go through all the questions in the deck. So that's called topical revision done, right? And then now if you throw some more questions on the paper, it's okay. You can throw a mix of a school exam paper, it's okay. So you will get a revision of the angles question together with other topics. So a mix and match is good. It's just like you want to eat durian, but you don't eat durian every day, right? After the third day, you go ahead a bit jelak already, right? So you want a good mix of platter of fruits as well. Okay? Yeah. Do we do in order? Yes. So if you have bought the book, the workbook, you can already start doing some of the questions. But because it's pitched at primary 6, so our young P6 students may not be able to do everything in the booklet yet. Yeah. So some may deem quite difficult for them. So along the way, they will learn them. But yeah, so those who are P5 who bought the book will also find like a tad difficult, but not to worry. There are solutions in there that can guide you along as well. Okay. P5 SA2 result a good indicator for PSLE results. Yes and no. I'm sorry that this kind of answers. Okay, I repeat the question again. Is P5 SA2 result an indicator of PSLE result? Yes and no, because it all depends on your effort. What you earn this year is it indicative of what you will earn next year? It also depends on how hardworking we are, right? Okay. So I had a student who actually came to my class 2 years back with a score of 38 marks. Okay, she joined my PPC class, and usually we don't accept students who are less than 65 yet. So she came and she was like scoring 38 marks. Hi, Joe. So 38 marks. And then over time, she actually scored 88. So it doesn't indicate that she came in with 38, she's going to end PSLE with 38. She definitely worked extremely hard that helped her propel to that 88. So with your support, with your partnership, and with us coming in together, we believe that we can help your child achieve greater heights. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Joe, don't worry. You go and have a drink. Enjoy your dinner first.
It's okay. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Hello,
you can do this part.
parents. Hi, I'm Teacher Joe.
Yeah. Continue to type in the chat, okay, your questions. All right.
Yeah.
So next part is review. And this is the last tip, okay? Review and learn from your mistakes. Joe and I, we believe that whatever subject it is, math and science, yeah, just keep honing your skills by redoing the same thing. Keep redoing, relearning, internalizing, especially for math. You cannot read math. You must literally do it. So it could be something like the child would tell you, Mommy, I already know this question. Yeah, sorry, I don't believe it. The child already know. Pull out the pen and start writing. And then you will know the speed of writing. Because the speed is going to determine whether the child has time to check the entire paper twice. Okay? To be able to score very well, you must check the whole exam paper twice. Once is just, okay, skimming through. Twice is detailed conscientious check to make sure no mark
Maybe
is
I add
lost.
in here for science. For science, right, it could be a little bit different from math because math, there's a lot of process. Because math is process, the questions, but science is more like, that's your answer. So for science, right, for booklet A, I call it technical check, the OAS, you cannot make any mistake in it. We have seen before, children shade question 20 for question 21, question 21 for question 22, all right? It's very bad. Okay, so we will teach the children how to do this time management. So a very simple tip, parents, if you're a PSLE kid, right, don't ask your child to shade the OAS only after they finish the entire booklet A. It's a big no. Okay, I've seen this. Sometimes the girls, especially, they like to slowly shade. Don't do that. All right. Do the question, write the answer, shade. Do the question, write the answer, shade. Tell them to do this, okay? It is very important. This one will reduce the careless mistake. Okay, it works, okay?
So scary, so scary.
No, not scary. Just all the simple tricks. Are all the parents here with P6 students?
Well, the first input is like they're all in P6. Nobody said them from other levels. So yeah, probably quite a homogeneous group.
Okay.
Let me see, where am I now? Consistency is key. Yeah, we are at this part. Okay, so remember, so yeah, that was why I chose this like OAS picture. Because to remind everyone that must shade, because like what Teacher Joe said, we also had people who actually shade because of the wrong order. Then in one question, there are two oval shaded. Question 1 and answer option 1 and 4, both shaded for question 10. So yeah, it's very risky. Spend time checking. Okay, so yep, so the AL system, I do hope everyone is familiar with it. If not, really, please go and research a bit more, read a bit more, go and Google, okay? You can find on MOE website and a lot of websites that you can see this. No more A star and A, okay? Those were your time and my time. Long time ago. It's called history, okay? Yeah, you and I are dinosaurs already. So they use the AL system. They use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. A little bit like the O-level style, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the smaller the points, the lower the points, the better it is. Okay, then of course we keep talking about this mark range, 45 to 64. If your child is in the 60 range, 60 marks, I say, come, let's help, push. Okay, we are very confident can help you jump 1 grade, 2 grades, not a problem. But if you are at the 45 marks, 43 marks, then we will need to sit down together and work out a game plan to see if we can help bring the child up by 20 marks. Okay? Yeah, realistic expectations is very important. This is something very new. Joe, can you speak? Something happened to my laptop.
Yes. Okay, so this one here, parents, I don't know whether you are aware, but from last year's batch, there's no more streams. We call it posting group. And there's a lot of misconception because it's very new. It's a very new thing. Okay. So first of all, some parents ask, Is it there's no more stream anymore? Yes, there's no more stream because they changed to posting group. But however, all right, no matter what, your child is still posted to a specific group. Okay, so some parents will ask, my child has 2 subjects that is at G2 and 2 subjects that's at G3. So which group is my child in? When you look at the PSLE cert, it will state clearly, okay? So all the kids still belong to a specific group. Now, what is unknown here is the O-level, the Singapore examination, the O-level, the Singapore version, okay? And that one we need to wait for MOE to give us more details, right? So some of the things that parents will need to know when you want to do goal setting is, number one, none of the IP schools actually have the G2 or G1, okay? None of the IP schools. And also the SEP schools also do not have G1 and G2, all right? And those pure G3 schools, all right, that has G2 streams and G1 streams, okay? The new ones is Crescent Girls, TKS, TKS, and then Tanjong Katong Girls School, all right? So these are the 3. So not all schools offer this 3 posting group, all right? So it is important for you to know, because now it's like our buffet has just extended. There's so many dishes now. So you no longer can just look at a certain buffet and say, I want this buffet, okay? That buffet may have certain dishes that you like or you don't like. So you need to discuss with your child, okay, which is the best option, okay? So target setting, okay? Have lots of conversation. In fact, I always tell the parents, multiple conversations, please, in multiple settings. Okay, please don't think that, okay, tonight I'm going to talk to your child. Okay, that's it. The decision is made. Okay. They will change their mind. You will change your mind, because you are going to get a lot of well-intended advice. You're going to get a lot of this. All right. So it is good to read into each school carefully, consider the various factors, right? Okay. All right. Any questions here, parents?
I'm sure a lot.
Is it? We have I didn't see anything on the chat. I thought we have a group of very quiet audience today.
Yes, a little bit.
Okay, have we? Yes,
Okay.
yes, there will be a replay. Yes, definitely. Yes, okay. Yeah. Okay, let me go
let's
on
go
to the
on,
next.
okay?
Yeah. So
Yes,
this is the timetable.
Okay, so yeah, we are already saying goodbye to the rabbit year. Okay, not yet, not Chinese New Year yet. So it's coming up, and our dragon babies, okay. I assure you, you are not alone, because Joe and myself, we are with you, okay? Yeah, we both have dragon babies. Yeah, we're doing this together. So in March, we know that there will be like a little weighted test. So it really depends on your school. Some schools have small tests like 20 mark, 30 mark. Some schools will go all out 100 mark paper. So it really depends on the school. And then we will have math program in our center to help them. Then we have the weighted assessment in May again. So some schools also go for full paper, while some schools don't. Okay, doesn't mean P6 everybody go for full paper. Then math in June again. Then later on, it will be another 11 weeks to the first paper in PSLE. Oral starts in like right after, what do you call that, National Day. Right after the National Day. But July is the LC paper, right?
No, September.
Oh, so
July
oral
is the
first.
oral and LC prelims.
Correct. Okay. The prelims. Yes. So that's the prelims first. Then right after National Day, I know that National Day week is the stressful week, because that is like preparing for the oral. Okay.
I locked myself and my son during his PSLE in a hotel room just to do the oral.
Then prelims.
Because I just want to remove all the distractions.
Yeah, so the prelims will happen. So August is actually a very, very busy month. You all lock down in your calendar, okay? August is a very busy month. So after the National Day will be oral. After oral, 1 week, I think like 1 week of rest, or right after that, you'll be your school prelims around there, okay, thereabouts.
Yes.
Then we'll have September Met. That will be the last round for our P6s. And then off they go for their exams in 2 weeks' time. And that will run to the first week of October. And then you can fly off already, okay? You can go and book your tickets already. So,
In fact, today I just told the kids they have 36 weeks to PSLE.
okay.
And they will
So
go like,
36.
huh, what? And then I
So
say, yeah, you
36
only have
lessons with
36
you.
weeks. Yeah, 36. Our MAP is our holiday program. So 36 weeks
Yeah.
only. And if you divide by 4 subjects, your child only has about 9 weeks per subject.
Okay,
So some
stop it.
parents only start tuition now. Right. So it is really the last. If you start now, it's really considered very last minute. You need
Okay, my heart is poppy.
you need a runway. Parents need a good runway, okay, for your child. Not they will go very stressed. Okay, so don't do that to our kids. If you feel that your children need help, just come, get help. Okay. Let me also talk a little bit. Sorry. Then of course September then is PSLE. There's a parent who asked about the limited space. Okay, most of the schools, right, secondary schools will provide more classes, just like the P1 registration. They know it's Dragon year. By the way, parents, our Dragon babies are really more, 20%. Last year there's 38,000 candidates. This year we have 44. Okay, so this is real stats. You can go and see. Okay, it's about 20% more. And just like P1 registration, you will find that suddenly the Dragon babies got 1 more class, 2 more class. Okay, so they will provide. However, I think that is something that you need to know, since because this AL system has been this is the 3rd year. All right, so this is the 4th year, is it? Wait, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4. Yeah, this is the 4th year. And what I noticed is and it is also out there. All right, the cutoff point is moving up. It's getting harder to get into certain schools, right? So if you're aiming for like certain IP schools, or like what we call academically stronger schools, all right, you'll find that the cutoff now is harder, right? So one of the example is none of the IP schools is now at 9. Okay, all are at 8. Right, even at 8, there's a lot of balloting. So like schools like ACSI, all right, their O-level track from 10 to 9 now is 7, the same as their IB curriculum. The cutoff is at 7. Okay, so yeah, so if you're aiming for academically stronger school, you have to start early. Consistency is the key. Early preparation is also the key. And we will tell you, we are very confident your child can do it, right? With sufficient time of prep. Okay. Yes. Welcome.
Okay. A quick truth and false, okay? Yeah, I saw this in the science slide, so I thought, okay, something for you to think about, okay? It's because I had conversation with these 2 parents who asked me like why my math questions are not found in the textbook and the workbook. Yeah, so not everything that PSLE tests, right, is in the textbook and in the workbook, like number patterns or how you add the series of 1 to 10. Okay, how you add the series from 1 to 100 was tested in the PSLE paper years ago, but till today it's still not in the math textbook. So it is up to the school to add on extra materials to teach the children how to solve it. Okay, PSLE math is getting harder. I think it's still the same at 20 to 25% difficult questions to sieve out the thinkers. So the questions are really good at checking in whether the kids are able to think on their feet rather than to memorize and regurgitate steps. Okay, calculator is useful for exams. Yes and no. If your kid is really very fast with like mental calculation, of course, with accuracy, it can do help to definitely speed things up a little bit more. Okay, not all questions in paper 1 is definitely easy, because I mentioned 20 to 25% are so-called harder thinking questions. So that could be 1 or 2 MCQ questions, technically about 3 hard questions in paper 1. Okay, so in order to score a full mark on it, you not only have to be a thinker, careful, conscientious, yeah, you just have to be so good at what you're doing, everything together. Okay. There are many different types of heuristics that the children need to learn. Some of them are covered in the textbooks, but while some are not. However, all together, put together, right, are all the skill set that MOE has set out for the children to learn. But because it really comes in like all forms, sorts, shape and size of the question. So that's why there are so many different types of problem sums we need to expose the children to. More and more topics add on from P4 to 5 and 6. 6 has the least topic to learn. In other words, they have actually the least time to master them. So start early. BlueTree always sets them to start learning every topic earlier so that we have more time to hone the skills. You can take a picture of this where the majority of the topic, right, put together is 65% here. Numbers, measurement, ratio percentage. Okay? So that is why the first book I wrote is on fraction ratio percentage, is to address this part that the children have more time to practice and get better at those skills.
As a parent, you expert
yes.
to go away. I share as a
good
parent.
night.
No, I share this part. Okay, parents, okay, let me check because my math is awful. All right. So, but my kids are so how I teach. Okay, I will tell you, all right, parents, numbers are the topic numbers is really very important. If you have no time, all right, just take out all the old BlueTree worksheets and practice. All right, my boy achieved, okay, not that I want, it's not bragging, I'm just telling you the truth, okay, the truth, okay? This is parents really the truth. My boy and my girls are with BlueTree since P5, right? And I will tell you, Faith knows, my kids are very time-starved, okay? Because you can say that I'm kiasu, okay? So I'm also preparing for DSA. So all my kids have all the extra curricular. So my kids are very time-starved. And I never buy assessment book. And I seldom print past year school papers. I only do the BlueTree. And I will always ask her, tell me. I got no time. Which one to strategize? I focus. Just do numbers. The numbers topic, right, is so good. Okay. So my boy just did that. And he has AL1 for his math. My daughter is also consistently at AL1 for her math. Right. So if you have no time and you need to strategize, just do numbers, that topic. Right.
Thank you very much. Oh, I'm very good at selling my koyo. And the next one that you see I block out in green, right, is geometry. So every PSLE booklet will have about 7 to 8 questions on angles. Yeah, so angles shouldn't be too hard, right? But yet you look at your child's P5 paper, they mess up in that topic. So that was why I wrote the flashcards with this topic in mind first. At least you'll have time to, keep looking at the cards, and the child needs more time to visualize and to be able to see the various properties hiding inside the diagram. So start with that. That will help build confidence, okay? Don't give up, all right? So these are all the teaching techniques that we use, a soft technique at BlueTree to teach the math. And then we use a tic-tac-toe strategy to help them solve problem sums. Will the calculator help? This was a question that I showed you earlier. It's found in the club cards as well. This is the most frequently asked question for the last 3 years in my math Facebook discussion group. You can take a photo of this and later you can go and analyze the answers. Just take a photo. It's also inside my flashcards, okay? It's so hard to understand the concept, but the working is only 3 steps. Once you understand, it's so easy to do, okay? And then the problem sum, this one was like all PSLE questions. Our objective today is not to teach you how to solve the questions, okay? Because we will do that in other our teaching webinars. You can take a photo of it and then you can go and analyze it when you're free, okay? You can take a picture of this, all right? So this is a very basic question. I modified to be something simple. This question is super popular. Every prelim papers have this version, level 1. But the very exciting school like to ask exciting question will bring it up to level 2, level 3, which is like that. You let me finish clicking, then you take photo, okay? So I show you level 1 and level, this one not even level 2, this one level 3. Boom, it just jumped from level 1 to level 3, okay? So you just take a photo of it, and that is like very similar to the PSLE question that was asked in 2021, that it was like all over the newspaper, YouTube. So you can just go and Google PSLE small storybook question. Yeah, you can also find in our website, our YouTube as well. Take a photo of this, okay? So there's level 1, level 2, and level 3 type of questions. Just take a photo of it. When we share the video replay, you can also take time to take a look at the solution, how it got harder. Level 1 is super easy. Okay, you can find in a lot of school exam papers. But when PSLE came out with this question, it really put a lot of kids in a discomfort as well. Patterns question is something that a lot of people are afraid of. But at BlueTree, we really teach them in a manner that help them to gain confidence. Like no matter what patterns is given to them, I can never finish teaching all the patterns in the world. I'll tell you for that. So I can't show 100 type of question. Teacher Joe already said there are only 36 weeks to go. How I show 100 pattern question? I still need to teach other topics, right? But what we do is we teach the kids thinking skills, how to deal with the situation when the questions changed. So you get a basic fundamental learning of how to find certain formulas. And then later on, you use those tricks and techniques to solve the rest. You don't need to learn the formula of everything. Sometimes you can't find it at all at a primary school level. Okay? All right? Yeah, we do have a very good testimonial about our lessons that our children love our kid, improve a lot after attending our classes. Highly recommended by Teacher Graham, Teacher Graham, Teacher Minnie, Teacher Fabian, Teacher Xuanming, Teacher Wicked. This one, everybody's name is inside this testimonial. Yeah, so some parents say they make decisions like by choosing BlueTree by looking at all the testimonials on our Google review and Facebook as well. Joe, you want to click on the primary science or I click for you?
I think it's okay. Let me just quickly go through. You can pick.
Okay.
Which branch? My classes are full. I'm at Orchard.
No lah, teacher Joe don't teach.
I'm very sorry. Okay, Rachel, you
last
can
year,
PM me.
Last year full liao.
You can PM and I'll see what I can do. Okay. So this is the topics. Okay, for science. Okay, and there are 32. So parents, science is a content heavy subject. Okay, please remember this. It's very difficult. You may think it's easy, but it's very, very difficult. Okay, for a 12-year-old. All right, let me go on. Yeah. It's okay. I'll help you. Okay. Later I'll leave my number or something. Okay. So why is science so difficult to score? So first, I already said that they are content heavy and very much like math. A lot of things are not in the science textbook, right? So, for example, I just give you an example. Surface area, you will never find in the science textbook. But surface area is a concept tested in every topic. Okay. So next one. Okay. Right here. Okay, I'm just going to show you some examples of the questions. I'm sorry, I just skip all this, okay? Because of the time, already 8:35. We go to the questions, okay? So this is a real example. Okay, I know that there are students watching. All right, Ian, you want to take a look at this? This is a real P6 question, PSLE question, okay? So this question here, it's well, it doesn't seem difficult, right? So a lot of children will actually say that the oil prevents the mosquito from breeding, right? But the question term is explain how. Explain how. So this is actually a cause and effect question. So parents, science questions are not like that, just like this. There's a skill involved. There's always this hidden skills that they want to test you. And the hidden skill is in the way you analyze the question term, right? So yes, Faith. So and then the word breeding. Breeding means actually reproduce. So breeding is not it's not the same as air, okay? So next one. So a lot of children actually got a wrong concept here. Okay, so next. Yeah. So actually the answer is much longer. It's something to do with the incomplete life cycle. And this is a real PSLE question, parents. Okay, I just let this sink into you, okay? You'll be thinking, isn't this rocket science? No, this is considered as a basic PSLE science question. And you know what? your child can get there. So as long as with the right amount of time given to me and our curriculum, I am 100% confident your child can get this. Okay, so this is cause and effect question, and it's also question term. Okay, next question. Right. Okay, another one more. Right, yeah, this is a cause and effect. Okay, this is another mosquito question. Parents, by the way, every single year we will have a mosquito question. Every year. All right. So all mosquito questions your child must know. Just that they can change the context, because Singapore is what we call a tropical country. So diseases and you know, dengue fever. Dengue kills more people than COVID. Parents, dengue kills more people than COVID. All right. So Aedes mosquito, we have a constant battle with it. So our children must know about mosquito. All right. So here, right, so malaria, they talk about malaria. Okay, so hypothesis. So hypothesis is an experiment term. So this is the earlier question, explain how. That's a question term. But now they change it to the experiment type of question, experiment question term. So there's a difference between experiment and a real life question. Okay. Yeah, correct. Correct. Ian's mommy. Yeah, right. This is the 20. Okay, next one. Yeah, 2020. Yes. Okay, so this is quite easy. But if your child doesn't know what's a hypothesis, your child's going to go like, what's this? I never seen this word before. Okay. So again, practice, you will see it. Okay, so parents, this is a real PSLE question. Please go and take a look at your children's P5 science worksheets given by school. I can almost guarantee you that you will not find this word hypothesis. It's not in the textbook. And very few schools will teach this word hypothesis. Right? Because it's considered as an advanced experiment term. You can go and check it out. In fact, this year, your P6 worksheet, you can also see and flip through if the teachers have introduced this word hypothesis. I'm quite sure they won't. Okay? So again, if your child needs help, please come for help earlier. Okay? It's not the same as the aim of the experiment. Yes, Rachel, this was a 2020 question. This is a 2020. No, okay, a lot of people ask about science resources to help parents. I'm sorry, Serene, I will tell you, this is like very hard for parents. We do a lot of webinars. So webinars is one way to help, okay? But I have not found a good way to like write like a physical kind of like resource to help parents, okay? Okay, I hope I can one day find it. Maybe if you have any suggestion, please tell me. Okay, here. So this is another one. Suggest why using a white shirt can help him to obtain more accurate results. So actually the white shirt is what we call a fixed variable, okay? And this is about the reliability of the results, okay? Yes, we have the holiday program. So you need to stick to the choice as stated, okay? Yes, next one. So you see, this is not easy also. This question, a lot of my children, they came out in 2020. This is one of the first questions they asked. Teacher Joe, what's the answer? They cannot, they don't understand what the question is asking for. So in the end, after I break it down, so this question, I must admit, when I saw this, it also threw me off. I was like, wow, this question came out, okay? All right, next one, okay? Yes. Okay, so these are some of the testimonials by parents. Okay, you all can read our testimonials. We have more than 500 combined on Google, on Facebook. Okay, so just now that two is just examples. And parents, again, that two question is not even considered as difficult. They are not difficult. The two mosquito questions are basic Kung Fu level. Okay, so your child you must know where your child is. Okay, then have to help your child how to close the gap. Okay. Yes, our MAP program, our holiday program, I will address those questions. I teach those questions. Okay, yeah. So don't worry.
Yeah,
okay.
So just now parents were asking whether we will have holiday programs. So you maybe like to take a picture of it. We'll have it every holiday. So you'll be March, June, September. Any more? No more. Sorry, October over already. October is to address the.
We got PSLE
oh
master
yes. So those are very lecture style, crash course and things like that. Okay.
But something like this, it's very similar, but more detailed. Yeah.
Please
Okay.
join our be in our mailing list so that and join our Facebook so that you will know and be updated. Okay, so BlueTree parents will always be informed first of all our events. Okay,
Yes.
so that's a good perk. So grow what matters one step at a time. Little by little, your steps will add up. So we believe that all of us can achieve it. Okay, and Joe and I always say this to the children and the parents. What shape us is, what we do consistently. Okay, so parents, you don't say, now chill, chill, chill. Then suddenly, August, oh no, June, then you start to throw a lot of like revision and then you try to step up the revision. Your child cannot catch up with the pace and then your child cannot breathe. Then you also
Your
cannot
child will
breathe.
burn. Yeah, your child will
Yeah.
burn out. Yeah.
Yeah, so you must
Mm.
spread it out, okay? So can your child self-study? Can our children self-study? What's our train of thoughts? Right? Yeah, so to be able to gain knowledge of an academic subject without assistance from a teacher or tutor, can or cannot? Yeah. So I think if your child can self-study, you don't really need to be here with us already, right? I would say that Joe, even my own kids I cannot lah. I need to be there with them lah, to nudge and push them a little bit, okay? And so we have helped many students to achieve greater heights and help them jump leaps and bounds. And it is through various types of programs that they join us for. Some of them join us just for regular, some of them join us regular plus holiday program, and some of them are willing to take the extra mile by doing this intensive program with us. It's called the PPC. So it's called the PSLE preparatory course class, or PPC for short. Okay, you can take a picture of this and then probably look at it in detail later after our session. I will just briefly run through with you what is this course is all about. It is an online class. It helps you in terms of the traveling time. So you could be coming back from work, but your children is already at home. They are ready to log in with us and attend lessons with us. So they are very, very focused because it's just between, it's a live teaching, okay, the teacher and the students in the class. All lessons are recorded. Your child can access each and every recording from day one right up to the last week of PSLE, okay? And then, what else do we do? I'm so tired. Okay, weekly worksheets and notes will be provided. Okay, you'll be printed and mailed to you, so you don't have to worry about printing and this and that. Everything will come nicely right to your doorstep. And the live sessions, we will teach the concepts. We will explain how to tackle those difficult questions, and then we'll highlight important pointers, reminders on how to score better, what the do's and don'ts on the paper as well. Okay, so all these exam tips will be taught during the lesson. It is suitable for children who are willing to put in the extra effort. That means you're very hungry for knowledge, very kiasu, very kiasi. Yeah, and we're also looking for parents who are also committed to be in this journey together with their child and be there to rah-rah with your kids. I'm not asking you to study with your kids, okay, but at least you know that what is important in giving the right resources to your child to be able to stretch them and help them do better. Okay, a little bit of information. It will happen on 2 weekday nights. So math is one session and science is another session. They're not together, okay? In case you think two join together, no. Math 1 hour and then science 1 hour, okay? 30-week program runs all the way from this week right up to the last week of PSLE, okay? You can drop us an email if you're interested to find out more about the program, okay? My team will get in touch with you soon. And then worksheets and notes will be provided. We'll have teaching explanation and stuff like that. So this is the email address. You might like to take it down. And of course, the most importantly is how much it costs, right? So if you're going to take up one subject, it's 1744. Okay, you can take a look at it, but it's only exclusive to parents who are in this room with us today. Okay, 1744 for one subject. And if you were to take up two subjects, we're going to give you a discount, okay, of $400 over. So it's 3052. All these prices are inclusive of 9% GST. Okay, take note, it's inclusive of the 9% GST. So you can scan the QR code, or you can take a picture, and later you can go to our website. This link you up to our website, where you can just click on that PPC class. Okay, and do a checkout, and then tomorrow, or drop us an email, and then we can get back in touch with you tomorrow. Okay, you probably have more questions, so feel free to ask. Okay, so more coming up in the chat. So only masterclass, if no regular PPC, will need math. Wow, parents,
A lot of
I'm
questions
so
already.
happy.
Can't let me help.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I'm so happy. You just want to be there to help
This
your
group of
kids.
parents is the one that really want to help. Okay, so here, okay, so regular class, yes, it's addition. I mean, a lot of parents take it addition to regular class, but really it depends on where your child is, parents. If your child is AL1 to 3 at P5 and you're aiming for AL1, sorry, let me finish first. AL1 to 2 at P5, AL1 to 2 at P5, and your child is quite consistent, yes, PPC is enough. I feel it's enough, okay? But if your child, all right, is at AL3 to, parents, there's a mark requirement. Minimum is AL4. So if your child is very close to AL4, we are also okay, But we need to see the paper. So if your child is at AL3 and 4 and you're aiming for AL1, all right, no, PPC is not enough. Because the turns, right, although it's 5 marks, parents, the turns are very hard to navigate. And I just already show you an example of those questions. They are, a lot of parents will say, why are the questions so difficult? But you know what? We've taught for so many years, right? There are a lot of children who can really do it. They can do it. And we have kids who score full marks for our practice paper. I don't know, you're going to, yeah, they can score full marks. Okay? So, academically strong schools, parents, are only 15% of the entire cohort. So if you're aiming for academically strong school, you need to add in the commitment, all right? That's why you get the rewards. So PPC plus regular for AL3 and 4, for if you're aiming for AL1, okay? If you're aiming for AL1 and your child is already at AL1 and 2, yes, PPC is enough, all right? And if your child is doing PPC plus regular, the holiday program is entirely optional, I would say. It's optional, it's up to you. But master class, yes, please come, because it's already very close. And it's very unlikely you are able to do the revision on your own, right? You need experts like us, been that, done that, teach for so many years, right? So the master class come, okay? Just come, we will help you, all right? 30 lessons for PPC, all right? Okay, so if let's say one of the PPC clashes with your regular, all right, there are some cases like that, talk to us, we will suggest some solutions, and then Mr. Tan, we see how we can do, okay? All right, okay, sorry. Yeah, drop us an email. We are happy to speak to you. It is our personal belief that every child must benefit from PPC. That's why the success rate is super high. So talk to us, we'll help you. Cindy, let us know the marks privately, we talk to you. Because if the pace is too fast for your child, it's not going to benefit him. The pace is super fast. Yeah, I just finished one PPC, all right? And the kids were all like, they can do my pace. I'm very fast. And I was like, wow, confirm all AL1 already.
I would say at the end of the day is the learning attitude of the child. So, sometimes I know we understand that, that the child actually had very good learning attitude, but maybe SA2, P5, fail say, or whatever reason, the result was not ideal. But the child is very hardworking and very willing to put in the effort to go through, watch the video over and over again, so hungry for more knowledge. Yes, we think it might be able to help. Yeah.
And then we'll check in with your expectation. Okay. Yes. You cannot AL5 and then you expect AL1. It's like, then we will have to check in. Okay. We need to check in. So if let's say you're expecting AL3, I think yes, doable. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. So it's all about
already a 2 grade jump. Yeah, so it depends like where is AL6. You saw the mark range from 45 to 65. So sometimes the parent says, my child never improved, but 45 then achieve 60 marks. It's like, wow, a good 15 mark improve. But yes, I know it's still start at AL6, right? Yeah. So yeah, we have to adjust our expectations. Okay.
Okay, so the
only for the
PPC
first,
lessons,
Go
sorry, sorry, Faith, you go ahead, yes.
Okay, so for the first 10 to sign up, drop us an email, all right? And in order to lock in these freebies, okay, email us. The first 10 will receive the free book plus paper analysis by Teacher Joe and myself, okay, of your child's recent exam paper, okay?
Yes, we will review your child's exam paper, all right? So after the first lesson, actually, if your child doesn't want to continue, we will refund, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Because we
Okay.
believe in finding the right match for your child. Okay. So if you or your child just find that, no, this kind of program really not for me, just drop us an email within the 3 days of that lesson. And after that, we'll do a full refund. It's okay. It's all right. We believe that we have various types of programs to support your child. We have regular lesson, we have map, we have master class and all. Okay. All right. So this is what we can do for you. So continue to follow us on different social media platform, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram, name it, we have it. They're everywhere. All right. So, but in Facebook, we have 3 different groups, We have the main BlueTree group, then we have the science discussion group, then we have the math discussion group. So those are a little bit more casual, which means that you can post science question, math questions, and then we will discuss them. Whereas the main BlueTree one is more for announcement. So join all of them so that you get the most updated events that are happening up. Okay? Yeah.
Okay.
Give us a good review lah. If you like what we are doing, encourage us, please. Okay.
Yes.
Encourage us, our
please
team,
encourage us.
Our teachers, our admin, if they have service, give you a good service, drop us a Google review. Our administrator, they'll be so touched, that they have done a good job in attending to you. Okay. Thank you very much in advance.
Yeah. Yes, please tell us to review more. Tell us about Google. Yes, thank you, Kita. Thank you. All of us need that extra fuel, right? In our work. Reviews and complimentaries are always so nice. Science is Tuesday and Thursday, but currently Tuesday is very full. So Thursday left. Okay. Rachel, you drop us an email. Okay. I think just someone I wanted to someone, is it Rachel? Yeah, Rachel. I think. Okay. Rachel, I will pass you my personal number, then you can reach out to me, okay? This is my personal number. I think you asked about your child, you were unsure or something. Right. We are happy to help, don't worry. Okay. Always happy to help. Okay. Thank you, parents.
Drop us an email and then my team will reach out to you tomorrow. Okay.